Yo, telephone. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Life is just a waste of time. Is the name that life is just a waste of time is the name that I chose to change my name from. Because I don't want my name out there anyway. It's the sense of me trying to be famous. I don't want to be famous. This is about me passing information to someone who would need some information. I'm just giving y'all some information. You know, this is something for y'all to kick back, relax, or whatever, and listen. Because we're dealing with deception, madness, and queers. The queer deception, madness setup. Queer is women, or male. There's no other species besides male or female. Regardless of what they're trying to tell you. Right. So we're going to talk about the deception, the madness, and the queer setup. I want y'all to take this serious. Us men, this message is more for us men because we don't have partners. As much as we want to say we got partners, but let's realize, it's heterosexual men against the queer. And when I say queer, that's the woman and the gay man. All right. So we're going to talk about this deception, this madness, and this queer setup. All right. They have us I'm gonna get straight to the point because I don't want to forget the point. They have us men because this is our message. This is what we need to get in our heads and let it stick in there and continue this fight against this queer, this madness setup. They have us sitting here arguing with women, arguing with gay men to keep us confused, busy, uh not focused. All that stuff throws us off focus because stupidity is so fucked up. Let's be honest. Stupidity brings a stupid response every time. Stupidity brings a stupid response. It makes you stupid after after you hear it so long. After you're engaged in it so long, you become stupid. I realized that dealing with women, I became stupid dealing with women because many years I'm sitting here wondering what the fuck is wrong with me. Why am I arguing with women? Why am I, because I have no problem getting women. That's the crazy part. Having women, having sex with women. I realize they confuse the shit out of us just to have it their way. So that's the deception. The madness is women in the threat of being turned queer. We know what the queer is. So that's the woman advantage. That's the queer advantage. That's the deception. That's the madness. It's the setup. So that's why they hit us with the lack of opportunity. The setup is the lack of opportunity. It's us dealing with this female, which is called the woman. It's us taking risks to procreate. Everything we do is a setup. And at first I didn't realize it, but now I realize that everything we do is all a setup to demasculate, to turn male queer. They want to turn us into faggots. Now I know that word they don't want. I don't give a fuck about YouTube. I'm not on YouTube to make $1 million or nothing that gay ass weird shit. Whatever happens, happens. Because you're not gonna turn down money, but I'm not here to get paid. You know, if I have to do some extra shit like sign papers and all that weird shit, you can keep that fucking money. That's the setup. It's the deception. It's the madness. to turn us queer because they want to. When you have to do that, that means you're bowing down to them. At first, I didn't realize it, but that's what it all is. It's the queer setup. It's the deception to keep us thinking dumb shit. Us men out here, I grew up, but like I said, I want to get to the point. Let me go ahead and say it. They're trying to keep us distracted, arguing with gay women and men about shit that makes no sense at all, and it's constantly making us stupid. At first, I didn't notice it. I'm thinking that it was a we were valid arguing with people who had a point when really it was no point at all because we've been trained to become subservient in to bullshit and understanding to bullshit. We have become the worthless mentally. We have become the worthless. All the men that are trying to stay straight have become the worthless, and those have everybody else have become the damned because they haven't taught us anything. They never taught us anything, bro. And those that do learn something, who end up learning something, they get attacked. They attack those people quick, and they make sure you be silent. At first, we were all wondering what the fuck is going on. But like I was saying, let me get to the point. They're trying to keep us distracted so that we stay stupid, fellas. Think about that. It took me 6 minutes, 7 minutes just to fucking say it was all a distraction, the deception to keep us stupid. The arguing with retarded people, the promotion of retarded, I mean, for real, they're promoting this gay retarded agenda, bro. They're promoting of crack to fuck up the mind of the people. All these drugs, it's all to fuck up your mind. It's not to help you. All of it is to fuck up your head, bro. It's not to help you at all. All this shit is to keep you fucked up and distracted and submissive to everything that they tell us. Because when you start to agree with people, it's hard to stop agreeing. You become a yes sir person, a yes man person. So you have to realize that it was all a setup to keep us stupid. I realize my head is so fucked up now, and I was an RA student. Well, I am an RA student. I realize now I'm stupid. All that shit did was make me stupid because they realize how to fight that. They know how to combat what they taught us in school with bullshit and know how to keep doing it. It's like they feed off of it. While for some weird reason, it feels like it's draining me. I find it astonishing because if I could live my life really, literally, going around lying and bullshitting people, I would I would do it because it's no stress to me in doing it because I don't know how those people are doing it because it stresses me trying to keep pushing the agenda that I was taught in school was to do the right thing when the whole world is doing the opposite and they're getting overdoing it. You got women robbing men every day, legally getting away with it in strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? Taking men money, you know what I'm saying? Getting away with not paying taxes, all this little gay shit they let women get away with, but they will jump right on a man back and break your back over the simplest shit. A woman could get pregnant, have a baby, and get rid of it, even though it's a man's baby. She has the right to say he can't have his baby and give it away to a white business called the foster care, whatever they want to call it, the foster care system. But if a woman get pregnant and says she want to keep this baby, and that man is not willing to be there with that woman, she's able to charge him money. They're able to destroy his life because he don't want to deal with her. It's not the baby. It's her. It's always her. It's never the baby. Okay? But it's okay for her to destroy his life. But if she decides to destroy that life of that child, he have no say so over it. She don't go to jail or nothing. But if he decides not to be with that woman that has that baby, he has a high chance of going to jail and his life being destroyed, just like that child's. So let's think, people. Get your minds right, fellas, because women are not going to let go of this advantage. We have to realize these women are only doing what they're doing because the simple fact is they're allowed to do it for one. And these women like the advantage of taking advantage of men. They don't have to work if they don't want to, and they realize that, you know, all they have to do is go to court and tell the court, hey, he has to give me money. Every now and then it backfires. The question is, why is it backfiring on those greedy women? See, it's getting out of hand. Something is going on behind the master's back to where he don't even want to make her happy by destroying the man's life all the way. He wants the man to suffer at the point where he can't clean his clothes, he can't pay the insurance on his car, but he has just enough money to pay rent and, and scrape and struggle by. But when the woman tried to kill the man and put him out of his misery by taking every drop he got, they stop her. The question is why? Why don't they want this man to be able to die? I know that seems kind of wild, y'all. Why would you want to die is what you're thinking. Why would I want to die? You might be thinking, oh, I'd rather pay money than to die. My question is, why would you want to live here? Why are they deceiving us? The deception, the madness, the queer, trying to keep us so off focus to wanting to survive here that we're too afraid to die. And they don't want us to die. I believe because death comes with freedom. That's why they don't want us to die. It's too much freedom. So they hit us with the madness of men raping men, people being shot, mutilated, all this destruction they put in our heads to scare us because we don't have fathers in our houses as black men. You know, that's the deception. That's the madness. That's the queer. And I realized that the only men that they're allowing in these households, and y'all fellas that are there with y'all children, just go ahead and admit it. The only reason why God let you guys raise your children is because you are queer. That's right, I said it. Every man in their household, I realize, every man in these houses are queer. Just like they trying to show us on TV. Family Matters. All those men that call themselves fathers were queer. 227 was a queer. Every black show that they had a father figure as a role model, he was a queer. The only show that they said in history where a black man was able to be the father, the head of the household, and wasn't queer was Bill Cosby's show, the Cosby's show. And after so many years, they demasculated him after they used him for every drop they could. Those same women that used him for private parties, little ass expenses, hotels, etc., whatever the hell it was that they used him for. because I didn't get too deep in it. I just heard a little. So this is all fair use. But they brung that man down as an example to all men that no matter who you are when you're a black man, no matter how much success you got, they want us to know that you will be the queer. You will play alone. And you have to realize why they throw the case for Bill Cosby. I believe they did that because Bill Cosby is queer. I know that shocks y'all. You have to think. They let him right back out. Okay? Now they tried to say he was the blueprint to male masculinity when we knew Bill Cosby was giving off a queer masculinity on the Cosbys. And every time he wrapped it up, they cleaned it up by having him lay in the bed with Felicia Rashad, giving all of us young men the thought in our head that, oh, Bill not gay at all. Bill's about to sleep with Felicia, his wife, and he get kisses and hugs and stuff. That's how they cleaned it up. And they knew that us men were so messed up in the head that we would never catch on to this until the future, after it was too late. Right now, it's too late. But what we can do is be aware of it. That's why Bill Cosby is still Bill Cosby. That's why they don't want to mess with the other elites. I'm not going to talk about those other elites because they're white. No, I'm not afraid of white people. I'm realizing that that's none of my business what white people do. I'm a black man. I live in a black reality, of being a kidnapped victim. So that's my reality. I don't have a reality of a white perspective. I have a reality of being a kidnapped victim, of being raped and abused. So I'm sitting here, I'm thinking to myself, I couldn't sleep. I woke up thinking about how messed up the world is and how the deception is, and how women are helping this agenda. And us fellas need to know we don't have partners. Okay? The whole idea of us being happy is a dream. It's false. All those men that are pushing that dream as a positive dream, they're all queer. They're all queer. They don't allow masculine men in the household. That was the whole experiment about welfare, my brothers, my black men. Because this message is for you. This has nothing to do with white men. Their problems, they're gonna fix their problems. Believe me. White people know how to fix their problems because according to them, they're in charge. So whatever they're going through, they actually want to go through that shit. So let's not worry about that. Let's worry about what we're going through and fight through this. Black man, you know. So that's what's going on. They keep us arguing, fighting, distracted. That's the deception, the madness. The queer is giving us a queer mindset, a gay mindset. Now we're arguing amongst each other. We're fighting. We're challenging each other for no apparent reason. You can comment on a post. It could be a pretty girl that made a Instagram or something, and somehow you see it. I don't use Instagram. I'm just saying Instagram, and you can say, "Oh wow, you're a beautiful girl." It feels like I've known you before, or something. Anything sweet to this girl, and there will be strangers, you know, especially women. You giving this woman a compliment, and these other women, strangers, will come and attack you out of nowhere for showing this black woman all this appreciation. But when you don't do this, these women begging us for that appreciation. But like I was saying, you leave that message that she's beautiful, black women will attack you and say that you're thirsty, this and this and that. But aren't they right now begging us for that attention? Yesterday, I left a girl a message of how beautiful she was, that she was like a fantasy, because that's how I felt. This how pretty this black girl is, and all these girls and men start messaging me saying that I'm a simp. I never gave her shit. I just said her she was beautiful. That I would love to kiss her, and how beautiful her eyes are. And all the other girls is, oh, you didn't have to say that, she's this now. All you have to do is say she's cute and that's it. You don't have to leave a message that, oh, you like how her eyes are and how she's so pretty, it makes you lose your breath. You don't have to say, why is it your business that another man likes someone? These women were just begging men for compliments. And as soon as I gave them one. I haven't complimented a woman in so long on the internet. And it's funny because as soon as when I gave one, I was attacked, instantly attacked. So what are we supposed to do? Keep complimenting these women and being attacked? And these women are mad that men are leaving, running away from them to a whole nother side of the world, a whole nother country, to feel like we're not dealing with your ass. The craziness, the madness, the queer in America. And the sad part is, it's the same everywhere. It's just that we as men have gotten to the point where we're like, well, as long as it's not American women. We have become so fucked up in the head that the only relief that we can have from this burden that's been put on us now, because it's too late to get it off of us. It's in our heads now. It's indoctrinated in us. And it's hereditary. Whenever something is indoctrinated into you, it has become hereditary. So your kid's gonna have that fucked up mind forever. They're retarded now. Now you're retarded. I'm retarded now. Because I can't fight or argue with a woman. I realize now I want to kill you. Fuck arguing. Fuck, I want to kill God. Fuck killing a woman. I want to kill God. And I advise every last black man to feel that way. And believe me, God was the president of the United States of America. I'm going to go ahead and say it because I don't want people to wonder who the fuck was God. It's his faggot ass. Y'all know who he is. And we ain't talking about Joe Biden. We talking about the motherfucker that he let fuck him in the ass. Let's just say that. Because they are queer. And I have no problems with queer. I just don't want you pushing your gay mindset on me. That's my fight. Now I'm fighting as a queer as well. Because I'm fighting you because I don't find you attractive. Because in reality, now all of us men are queer. You understand, fellas? That's why we're not able to fight these women and mentally to get them off of us. And the only thing that we have come to a decision to head was to just leave. I mean, we have to leave the whole fucking country to feel like we achieved a piece of happiness and brag about it. And women hate that little piece of happiness that we achieved within 1 day to 3 months before we return back to the country where we escaped from the madness. And the craziness, when we escape our country to go to another country, the men in those countries are suffering from the same mentality we have with their women, but we are getting the luxury of their women because their women want to hurt the men in their country so bad that they will give us that little piece of hope between their legs without stress for a little bit of time and a little bit of money. Because women realize they're getting what they want anyway. They're getting your attention, they're getting sex, they're getting money, they're getting love, pure love too. Because men leave the country just wanting to experience love. These women are draining the greatest juices out of every man that leave their country looking for love. They're getting the best out of us. We never even shot ropes before. Now men out here like cowboys, lasso orgasms, multiple orgasms because of the relief of stress. But I had so many multiple orgasms, it seems like it's normal until I start dealing back with black women. Fellas. Now, those cowboy fantasies that we were just speaking of have stopped. But when I started back dating those that didn't identify as black, on top of those dark skinned Spanish women, because we not out here, see, women don't realize we're not out here dating outside of our race. We're just not dating women in America with the mindset of a black broke woman, a welfare recipient, right? If you will, the queer. We're dating those women out here that don't identify as black, but us men know that they are black. And those women that identify themselves as black are the reason why men and that leave the country that meet these women in these other countries have not experienced that feeling of relief and regret it because they run to these countries and start dealing with women that identify as black. My brothers, women are creatures of opportunity. And that's everywhere around the world, everywhere around the universe. We have to realize what opportunity these women have to our advantage. Now, from what we see is, and this is how it's working, real life in America, this is how it's working. All right, the black woman don't like you. We have the option to be with this white woman. Men realized it. Black women don't like that. White women love it. But all the white women that try to identify as black, they hate it. They hate that we have other options. Realize that shit, fellas. All right? And that's how it is in every country. The rules that we don't realize is with women is that hurt people hurt people. So, in order for us to actually achieve those things, us men that are having these problems, we have to do what we're doing, stepping out. But we can't step out and look for the same individual, fellas. We have to really step out and look for something different. We have to look for something with a different mindset, fellas. You know, we don't like that white flesh. Let's be honest. We don't like the white flesh. White people don't even like white flesh. That's why they put makeup on. You know, black people didn't have to put makeup on. Black people will rather put dirt on their face and look more dirtier. They weren't trying to look cleaner. And they didn't put dirt on their face to look prettier. They did it to help with the heat. They didn't put that shit on. White people call it makeup, but they were covering up their bodies from getting sunburnt, getting burnt by the sun, man. That's why they were putting the mud and those colors on their bodies was to protect them from the sun, the heat. Yeah, black skin burn too. Even though black people want to say we don't burn in the sun, that's bullshit. I burn like for real. I burn in the sun. You know, I get blisters. Okay, water blisters and burn. So that's what it is, fellas. That's the secret to this shit. As long as we keep chasing after this same dumbass individual, they don't love us at all. And that's our mother. Until we break that a biblical cord from our mothers, we will forever suffer, fellas. And that's for us black men. Because white men already understand that shit. Why you think he already attacked the, according to them, they attacked the black man for their woman. The white man went total opposite. Said, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna deal with these Asian bitches because they look white. Everybody, he looked over everybody that was white to be with this black motherfucker because it was the total opposite. And it worked like a charm for him. Black women, black mothers will kill their babies for this white man. Planned Parenthood. They literally are doing it. They just don't want us to be aware of what they are doing. We know what they're doing, but we're not aware that what they are doing is murdering our children, not saving themselves from harm. That's what we need to accept. They're cold bloodedly murdering our children and putting fear into men and definitely other young women. They have a new movement going kill the black male babies and let the black female babies live. Imagine already right now is 7 women to each man. So there's 7 black babies, female babies born every minute. And out of all those women, the 8th baby is a male. What the fuck are y'all gonna do without those black babies? So I guess y'all say those black male babies, if they die, we could kill all the black men. This is what they're saying. Let's not stop with the babies. For real, let's give us black men some freedom. I want to die. Kill us all. Kill all of us black men. Let us die together. Let us have some dignity of dying together. Let us have some pride in dying together. Because it does not stop here. For some weird women, for some weird reason, women are convinced that this white man is so mighty he controls all of this shit. The only reason it's looking like this, fellas, and they already told us that our mothers is our weakness. Our mothers is our weakness. So let's join this white man. He's literally telling us that it's our mother. Literally telling us that. He already letting us know, fuck that, fuck our sister. The bitch no good. We showing you your black bitch ain't no good. He don't want babies with her black ass, bro. He's wasting a lot of her time. Every now and then, you see a white man impregnate a black woman, is what I realize. The ones that's been impregnating these black women are those that's already mixed. Think about that shit, fellas. White men are not running after black women the way that black women say. That's why black women are mad. And they don't want us black men to be with white women because they realize the only thing that they got, the closest thing they got to white is Barack Obama. They realized the closest thing they got to white was Terrence Howard. I think that's his name. Terrence Howard. Uh Shamar Moore. You know, all those light skinned men that the women don't like no more. The only one they like now is Obama. You know, and he's queer. Yeah, he's queer. Let's go ahead and say it. And and his wife, I'm gonna keep it 100. She's Portuguese. I don't even have to explain to you about Portuguese women, black women. That's why she's with him. All right, that's what's going on with him. So she'd kill her own child if it was a boy. Believe me, because she's Portuguese. Portuguese don't want no dark skinned boy babies. You know what I'm saying? Believe that shit. They don't want no dark skinned boy babies. She admitted killing her first child. You understand? But it's enough of that. Let's continue on, y'all. The deception, the madness, the queer setup. That's all this is, y'all. Life is just a waste of time. They're keeping us distracted, running around over stuff that doesn't matter, y'all. They got us committing suicide mentally, physically, spiritually. And because we don't have a male role model in our home, and because of that lie, the spooky lie of slavery, it has destroyed the mind of the black man. The black woman loved that idea of slavery. You say, why is that? Because she know her chances of being favored by a man is higher than a man favoring another man. She knows she's not a threat to another man. That's why women adore the fact of slavery. That's why women apply for jobs to be maids, a slave. That's why they want to be nurses, slaves. All these slave jobs women apply for and then get upset at men if men actually apply for those jobs. And then you have the queer minded woman that wants the man's job. The deception, the madness, the queer setup. It's all to keep us distracted, to keep us men stupid. Women are already stupid. They're not gonna be intelligent. Your mama is a dumb bitch. Believe me, your mother is a dumb bitch, especially if she didn't have your father there. Believe that. Because it's very easy for a man to be with a woman. We all know that as men, it's very easy for us to be with a woman. But we deal with so much that we try to keep secret. A woman to go around crying and boo-hooing and telling the world. Us men, after so long, we vent about it. Here I am venting to a fucking telephone, a camera. Not to people, but to a camera. Hoping that this message spreads. And the crazy part, the only people that's going to hear these messages and might try to take the message and spread it because they're out for popularity are the queer. But that doesn't matter as long as the message get out. When you become a man that thinks like this, it's dangerous. I'm making this video hoping that it's just enough to spark that light inside of every man. Like I will spark the light inside of me by watching this guy. But I don't want to get banned by this guy. Because of this guy, they're attacking every man that agrees with this man. This is how dangerous this shit has become. Because this man has figured out the same thing I have figured out. But he hasn't said it yet. That all it is to keep us stupid. Because he figured it out. They arrested him. They're trying to take all of his belongings. This man has Bugattis, all kind of nice stuff. Women are online on webcams having sex. They even agree to having sex before you can get on there. The terms and conditions, you have to agree to those things. But the queer game and the setup is so cold blooded. Even if they do that lawfully, women can turn around and say that you did something to them. They're saying this guy did all kinds of crazy things. I'm not going to say what it is, but y'all know what it is. It's bullshit. All bullshit. Women done so much shit. I done seen so much queer interaction, things like that. I would never believe a man has to rape a female. A woman will rape a man before a man would rape a woman. I've been raped so many times by women, bro. I don't know how to fight back. I just know to stay the fuck away from women. I try to pick the women that I like. So no matter what happened, I just say, well, I liked her anyway. I learned how to make excuses. That's how queer I become so gay. I make excuses for the bullshit that women do. That's what happens after you're indoctrinated, and that's all that I know. And I'm starting to try to break free from it. And becoming free is becoming a threat to my life, a way of living. The freer I become, the more my life is under threat, just like his life was. They're raping us men, turning us into women, spiritually, mentally, and some men physically. God is the devil, like the Bible said. He's queer. Just like every preacher that you meet, you ask yourself, why are they always gay? Think about this. Why are all the preachers gay? Why are all the bishops gay? Why are all the popes gay? Why are all the leaders gay? Now they're coming out telling us every entertainer that's a black male is gay. Every sports star, they're telling us it's gay. Realize the structure that they're setting up before our eyes. They're forcing the gay queer agenda on us men to make us weak, to continue to dominate us. Now, no, it's not the white man. That's the funny part. It's the gay. It's the gay lord. It's the gay lord. The one that Joe Biden used to work for as his vice president. That's who the gay lord is. The queer of all queers. The father of lies. The devil in the flesh. The second coming of Christ is really that queer. And he's actually ashamed of it. That's why they're trying to change us into being queer. So that he don't feel ashamed of being around men. Okay? He's not comfortable being around us straight men for some fucked up reason. I'm gonna just say it's because he know he's not accepted by us. Because he know he's wrong for wanting to fuck us in the ass. Because no man wants to be fucked in his ass, bro. We don't even want to clean our own ass. I didn't learn how to clean my own ass until I became 40 fucking 3 years old. As a child, I refused to do anything to myself that would make me think of gay thoughts. That's how fucked up in the head I became. That's how gay I became. I became so fucking gay that I was afraid to even touch my goddamn self because I didn't want to have fucked up thoughts of me fucking myself. And I'm sure every man has went through that as a heterosexual man. If you never went through that, I want to let you know, congratulations. You know you like dick, okay? You know that shit. I ain't gotta fucking tell you that because you welcome playing in your own ass and all that weird shit. You welcome it. So, fellas, I want y'all to know that you're not the only person that's out here trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Why can't I can't even argue with this bitch because they turned us into queer men. We haven't become faggots. Faggots will fight a bitch, argue a bitch down for real. They will break a bitch down and turn around and fuck a man in the ass and then turn around and fuck a woman too. That's what's going on, fellas. Look at these entertainers. They fucking men and breaking bitches down. They all telling us this. You heard Fantasia. You heard all these people talking about, yeah, everybody put on a smile when they get out there on stage. A lot of these people are suffering. I think that was her. I don't know. Fair use to whoever it was. Yeah, the queer life is real. And see, and those women that don't want to live that queer life, they don't get that success. When you don't want to play that game, you don't get that success. You don't get to be Beyonce. You don't get to be Rihanna. You know, you got to play the game to get that far. You don't get to be Nicki Minaj. Cardi B was smart enough to get in and get out. She got what she wanted. And I promised Cardi she was going to be a star a long time ago. I'm just glad that I didn't lie to her because she wanted to be a star so bad when I met her. She wanted to be beautiful amongst all those girls. To the point, look what she done to herself. Because she knew she wasn't a comparison to Paris Hilton or any other girl that was in my house that day we were together. To the point where as soon as she got money, she changed everything about her face. Y'all, fellas, this is for us. I'm sacrificing myself for us. That this mission become once again about us becoming warriors and fighting for our freedom. Because that's what we're still fighting for. Is the right, the freedom to be men, not women. They're fighting for the freedom of men being women. We need to stop helping them fight for that. Even though we don't care, being silent is worse than, saying nothing. They say saying nothing is worse than anything. Somebody got to die for this shit, man. We got one. He don't know that I love him for what he did. But I want you to know, bro, while you in jail suffering, if you in jail suffering, somebody love you, man. Somebody appreciate everything you did. You wasn't wrong, bro. And I know damn well everything that you had, shit, I didn't have shit and women rape me. If a woman will rape me and I ain't have shit, bro, you lucky you just ain't dead. I'm gonna just say that. You lucky you just ain't dead. Look what they did to Kevin Samuels. Them women killed his ass as soon as they could and got away with it. Bitch walked right out the door. A nurse. They sent a nurse to put that nigga to bed. We know that bitch killed him. They have drugs, man. I travel the world, and when you travel the world, you start finding out shit. And and everywhere around the world, these women and these men, because remember they've been at war with America. All these motherfuckers been doing is finding ways to poison Americans, poison each other. and kill them because the American soldiers, according to them, were raping the women and raping the men, especially in Thailand. The white man went over there and fucked so many men. It's a shame. Now they got lady boys for life over there. All their sons growing up wanting to be faggots just because they don't have money, lack of opportunity. That's what they say. But that's bullshit. Them men, it's indoctrinated into their brains that they are faggots and should suck dick. Yeah, y'all. That's what's going on. And the same thing is starting to happen everywhere. You know, I believe in people pretty much having a choice. And the question is, why don't people want us to have a choice? I believe a gay man should have a choice. I have no problem with him having a choice. I'm having a problem with gay men not wanting me to have a choice. It's not fair if I can't have a choice. You can have a choice, but I can't have a choice. See, that's the same mindset that a woman has, fellas. Women think that it's okay for them to have a choice, but no man should have a choice. When women realize that men are really becoming happy leaving America, women are accepting proposals from black men, from broke black men, according to black women. They're accepting the life, wanting to love us, and black women are screaming murder, bloody murder. They're taking advantage of them because they're poor. You poor, right? Why aren't we taking advantage of you? You can't take advantage of us. We have an education. They don't have an education. Those women have an education. Shit, they smart enough to know they don't want to be uh they don't want to be without a man. They like having sex with a man. Apparently, you know, 'cause that's what I'm thinking of the situation. My question is, men, will we continue to run from this bitch, this black bitch? Because now I like white men. Yeah, there's some white men that hate us because they don't have those opportunities. Every time a person lacked the opportunity, you got to realize they're going to be mad at whoever got the opportunity. That's just life. So I done came to the mindset that the white man knew his life was already fucked up. So yeah, he tried to fix his life. That's how this shit became what it was. And white men always tell us that the white woman is the nastiest bitch on the planet. Anybody that knows white women know that white women are such a woman, bro. That's the reason why black men go to other countries. They don't look for white women. I'm gonna keep it real. It's very seldom that us black men leave America and go looking for a white woman. What we are looking for is a woman who don't identify with the black mind of an African American woman. I want all y'all to think about that, fellas, and realize, because I didn't realize it, but this morning I woke up and I realized I didn't come here looking for a black woman. I made the mistake dealing with black women that identified as being black in these other countries. But when I realized to deal with women that don't identify as black, even though they have dark skin and African features, the situation is different. And the same thing with the white women. From what I realized, white women, I want to let y'all know is I love y'all. The only thing y'all have to do to keep a black man, and I'm going to tell y'all the honest to God truth, because y'all sex is the best. No matter what, I never met a white woman that couldn't make love to me better than a black woman. I've never met one. But the only thing y'all have that y'all lack of is cleaning y'all fucking ass. Y'all got to learn how to clean y'all fucking ass, women. Y'all stink. White women stink. And my question is, why y'all don't like to clean y'all ass? Us black men will run hoops for the sex we getting from y'all. I'm telling you, let me tell y'all something. My first experience sleeping with a white woman without condoms and things like that. I'm here in, I'm not gonna say where I am. I'm here, and my first experience, we went out on a lovely date. The date was so romantic. I cried. She cried. And I let her know this was the first time I ever been on a romantic date. And she cried because she was a prostitute. And she told me she couldn't believe out of all the women in the world, I chose to go out on my first date with a prostitute. And the sad part is that I wanted her to know that I wish that I wasn't on a date with her. I wished I was on a date with a black woman because that was the first romantic date I ever been on. And the sad part is, I fell in love with that white woman, but she was married already. I fell in love with her even though I wish she was a black woman because this woman had so much understanding and was so nice to me that I felt like that's how a black woman should have treated me. I cried in her face, tried to give her everything that I could give her, and all she wanted to do was make love to me forever. That was crazy. And she had a husband. I couldn't believe that. They tried to have me up in the club having love to her for less than $5 a night because it was her job. This how they used their husbands where I'm at. These women are having sex with other men all night for nothing as a job because they don't know anything else. Nobody is taking advantage of them. But let me tell you something. Those women realize they rather make love to a man than sitting at home having sex with a dildo. They realize the importance of having a man in between their legs, even if it's not their husband. That's what they realize, y'all. And watch all these black women. That's why they're starting to realize they need somebody to be there for warmth and comfort. Because white men ain't got time for these black bitches. Women have become tricked to believing white men like them. See, black women fell for the bullshit because the black women have become looked at by a white man. The white man look at the black woman now just like he look at the white woman. I'm laughing because now the white man is leaving the black woman and the white woman for the Asian woman. And the sad part, one day he's going to look at those women the same way as he looked at the white woman and the black woman. Because women nature is to want to be something that they're not. I want all y'all to realize it's deception, it's madness, and it's a queer setup.